in my neighborhood, we are so blessed to see some folks who are being the change every day, every day, every day. They've been doing it for more than 50 years. And the president and CEO, Vincent James, working very hard. I told him I can't keep up with him. I cannot keep up with him. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you, Dawne.
So you all are working, and there's so very much new going on with Dare to Care. I told you I honestly cannot keep up with what you all are doing, and our hearts are interlocked, and yes, we talk about the same thing. We want to see the same thing, and right, I look around now and just see hunger, especially after COVID,
right,
just reach a new high.
Yes.
That's not where it's supposed to be going.
No, definitely not.
Right?
No. One of the things we've seen, since after COVID was the fact that you had this perfect storm. You had inflation in gas prices and grocery prices. You had challenges with transportation and the supply chain, and so the food costs just skyrocketed, and that made it very difficult for a lot of families. And now we're seeing about a 30% increase since COVID in terms of demand for food, unfortunately.
I'm just so confused with the whole thing. Right. You see people who have never, ever had to ask for help, right, or need help, need to ask for help for the first time, and so many of those families are ashamed. You should not be ashamed, because there are reasons that God put so many people on the earth. I always say, if God did not mean for us to help each other, he would have left that one little man in the sand, right?
Yes.
And been done. He would have been finished. He'd go, yes, oh, I got a man in the sand, I'm done. Yes. But he made so many of us, so he must have meant for us to help each other.
We were designed and
built to help each other, so you should never be ashamed to ask for help.
Right.
But people are ashamed to ask for help, and we have to work hard to help each other. But people are ashamed to ask for help.
Unfortunately, they are. That's one of the things we find, especially a lot of first-time neighbors who are in need and find themselves in a position they've never been in before, not quite sure as to how to go to a food pantry, what to do, where to go, but the need is there. And so one of the things that Dare to Care is doing is that we've been changing our models of our food pantries to make them more inviting, and to also add dignity to our neighbors that are visiting our food pantries, and setting them up like grocery stores, so they could come in and select the kinds of food that they want. And then they can come, multiple times throughout the month to be able to get food.
What do we do to help you as a community? What do we do?
Well, one of the things is this community has been so generous, and even in particular now, we definitely need the generosity now, because when we've seen this 30% increase in food, in need and demand for food in our community, one of the things that can happen is folks can definitely come by and volunteer. We have 3 sites that they could volunteer at. They can go to daretocare.org and simply just sign up to volunteer. Whether they want to volunteer at the kitchen where they might wash grapes, or they can go to the warehouse where they can actually sort food and prepare boxes in terms for folks that are going to be in need, they're needing the food. And
that's important.
Yes,
that's
absolutely
important.
We couldn't do what we do without volunteers. And then also you can donate. For every $2 a person donates, that's 5 meals that we're able to provide our neighbors in need. And so there's multiple ways in how individuals can get involved.
Okay, you all have a bourbon auction.
Yes.
And this is a city that loves bourbon.
Bourbonism.
Bourbon?
Yes.
Now there it is, the ultimate bourbon auction to end hunger. And it's funny, everybody goes, what does Kroger have to do with this? I mean, Kroger has its, I know in my store at Dixie, they have a liquor store attached, but they have their own I don't even know what to call it. They have folks that go and look at different liquors, and they have liquor programs, and so they have a nice little thing. Tell us about this bourbon auction.
Well, the bourbon auction is our largest, opportunity for support for our ending hunger work that we have. We have an opportunity to be able to partner with Kroger's. They've been phenomenal partners in this, providing very rare, unique bourbons as well. We even have a prohibition bottle that's going to be auctioned off as well. So it's going to be for bourbon lovers. It is excellent.
Okay, now what do we do? How do we get to be part of this?
They can also, you can go to daretocare.org, and on our website you can get all that information in terms of how you can set up in terms of being able to participate in the auction. There's also raffles, opportunities for individuals who may not want to spend that, the exorbitant amount, or if they don't have the discretionary income to be able to provide it, to get that bourbon, they can also do the raffles. And so it's equitable for everyone to be able to have access to the bourbon that's going to be made available.
All right, there you go. All that information is right there. Different ways for you to be part of it. Is there anything that you think, I know you all have so many new things going on with Dare to Care. Any information you want to make sure that people know about Dare to Care that maybe you feel like they just don't know, because you all are doing so many new things? I mean, you're taking your bus out so people have a chance to get fresh fruit and vegetables and different things.
One of the things we've done, we've been piloting with gestational diabetes patients. We're actually providing medically tailored meals. So we're sending out medically tailored meals with a partnership with DoorDash that actually delivers the meals. So we provide them, we make the meals, and then we send them through DoorDash to our neighbors who are in need. And so that's been a real exciting opportunity for us to be able to partner with DoorDash in that event.
With all the food that we have in this country, and as rich as we are, somebody wrote me an email and said, stop saying you're going to end hunger. I think we can do it. We can. We know the numbers. And we know the ability that it is literally the community's will, the political will, the community's will. When you look at all the different sectors that we have available in our country that have opportunities to be able to provide the resources to our neighbors in need, there's no excuse for being in the wealthiest country in the world where people are still having to fend for themselves and identify whether or not they're going to be able to eat that day. All right. I know I'm not crazy.
No,
well, okay.
It can happen.
Okay, I can't say I know I'm not crazy, but I know that it can happen.
Right, it can. And it's really neighbors deciding to help neighbors.
Yes. Amen to that.
That's what's going to make the difference.
All right. Volunteer.
Yes.
Donate.
Yes.
If you can, go to the Bourbon Auction. Do whatever you can. daretocare.org. If you go there, you can find out how you can make a difference. We see you, we appreciate you, and we thank you so much.
Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the work that you do and the love that you show us, and we're so appreciative of everything that you do, so thank you.
We're going to get it done.
Yes.
We will end hunger.
Yes.
I don't care what anybody emails me. All right.